What's up? Blue cheer. How are you? So I feel like I'm really way too close. There we go. Hi. So I am going to put on there that I'm right now on my Facebook page because I usually say when I'm going live, and then I do. How are you guys? Good. I'm live. Try to trick them. So I hope you guys like my thumbnail. That is a picture of Cerberus, my dog, one of my dogs. I have a lot of dogs, but that's one of them. And his name is Cerberus. Hello, Cindy. Just by 5 minutes. Well, I'm trying to get my spirit box on. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I'll put that right. Whoops. Dropped it. Hang on. Get on there. Hi, Danny. Good day to you. Where's my lighter? Hold on a second. I gotta grab a lighter real quick. Because you know, I gotta be burning things. You just gotta do it. Whew. So last night, when I took the, was it last night? It was last night. When I took the Pop It Out to the anthill, everything went fine. He buried very well. And I had a really weird thing happen that I thought I would on right now. But, oh my gosh, I'm having so many problems with my Wi-Fi. We're gonna let it redo. Tell me if it gets better, okay? So many problems with the internet. I don't know why. It's just not good. Is it better now? It seems better? Okay. There's WM. Hang on, let's see if he says. Is it better? Is my Wi-Fi better? Yeah. Yeah. Is
I'm having a problem. I don't know what's going on, but my hand keeps cramping up and I can't move my 2 fingers.
Oh, well, just go in and take a nap.
I don't know what's going on. I was gonna have you come look at it, but I guess you're live, so.
Well, come out here. Come here.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Scare. Hi, S. Cindy. Does it seem better? I hope so. We only have one. I only have a one. Category 1. Amy. Huh? I'm gonna have to sage him. Huh. Hi, DMA. How are you? Hi, Kelly. He's probably cramping from all those wires. Hi, Angela. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, he probably is. You're probably right. It's because I'm a slave driver. Look at this thing just caught on fire. There we go. I think it went out. Hi, Tony. Hi, Precious Moments. Hi, Blue. Got bad news. My mom is dying. Really? Mine too. Hi, NM. But I'm sorry to hear about yours. It would have happened. Wouldn't have happened if he would have worn the pumpkin shirt. I'm sorry that your mom's not doing well, sweetheart. That sucks. I didn't mean to sound like that, but it's true. My sister messaged me 2 days ago and told me that. So, but I am sorry for your. I don't know why, but it seems to be happening to a lot of people. People are losing people. Hopefully he comes in here right now so I could sage him. Thanks. Yeah, but you don't have to be sad for me. I've been waiting for this moment. I know it's not nice to say. Woo! Drop the fireball. Sorry, I had to do that. Saging my circle. Okay. So I wanted to run this by you guys. Tell me what you guys think this is, okay? So last night I was doing some poppet work. And you know how I have the red stone that I put on the fire and then I put them on the red stone to like get them hot and torture them a little? Well, last night I put the one with the fish eyes on there and she blew up like a balloon. Like she went and her poppet got all fat and it just like, I've never seen one do that before. Never. And I think I have like 45 poppets. I think. I'll have to go back and count them, but I'm somewhere around there. I have a lot of poppets. And none of them have ever done that. Hey, Gray! So what do you think? Why do you guys think that poppet did that? What are your theories? I would like to know your theories on why a poppet would do that. Could the person possibly be pregnant? I hope not. I really hope not. But yeah, when I put her on the stand, Enterprise, she blew up like a balloon. I hope not, because she's not a good person. What is the curse for? It's for the mistress. Um, my client's married and living with her husband, and then he brought his mistress in to live in the guest room, and it's for that, and it's for the mistress of that, and she lives there in the guest room with the husband, and is always like, a little bitch, you know what I mean? Maybe she's going to gain a bunch of weight. That's the second one that said that. How cool I think it is. A great sign. Can we add fish eyes to our pre-existing poppets? Laughing out loud. You can. You can add things to them. It's so warm. I am going to be doing a couple of curses tonight. And I'm going to be sewing on a fish head to a pre-existing poppet tonight. And stuff. It certainly indicates a lot of energy. Maybe there are other spirits attached to her. Maybe you were making her bloat and causing some health issues. That's the second time I heard that one. I would be in prison. My 380 would come out and 2 dead. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 But you have to realize that my clients come from all around the world. And some of these women that I talk about that are going through these horrible things live in other countries and things like that. And so they have different beliefs there and things like that. And it's still the same pain in your heart, in your gut. Hi, sweetie. It's still, you still have the same kind of feelings, but different things. It's not acceptable here, but it's acceptable there, and women are used to being treated that way there, but they're not. But you know what I mean. So you just try to keep that in mind when I do castings. And some of this stuff just sounds horrible. It is horrible, but it's people, different women from and men all around the world that are experiencing these different things, and they still have the hurt and the pain, and they still want it to stop, and they want their lives back, and they want their marriages back together, so that because they can't have another marriage, sometimes. Trees and men are allowed more than one woman, yes. Like property and not like a person, exactly. And they're not allowed to, not all women are allowed to get a divorce and then remarry, because then they're damaged and they're poisoned, and then you know what I mean, they're stripping from everything. And I mean, it's fucked up, but that's the way it is some places. Good thing I'm in USA. Yeah, me too, because I wouldn't care. I'd be like, fucking chop my head off. I don't give a shit, because yeah, you're gonna die. I would lose it. As soon as that chick showed up. Hi. As soon as she showed up at my door, it would hit, let me tell you. Like I said, not everybody has that as an option. But that's okay. That's why we have magic. Communicate. That's why we have magic. That's why we call upon the gods to help us. I feel bad for them. Me too. Altar. Do you like the altars? Which altar is your favorite? The gods are amazing. They are amazing. And they do care. And they do hear our prayers. Well, if you pray to the right God, I suppose. But you know what I mean. Let me see what's he gonna say. Loyal. Now, Blue. Just saying. Hey, it's my channel. You guys know what I believe. All the time. You're funny. Oh, are you saying that I'm loyal all the time? I am. I try. Only because it's the truth. I don't know if I like the smell of this. I thought I would try it. Yeah. I think it smells very good. It's a liquorized stick. I wanted to check it out. See, I bought all of these. I agree, magic is the great equalizer. Hey! Oh, do you like them? You said bronze. And they each have bronze statues, vessels. You have a question. I agree. Magic is the great equalizer. We can right many wrongs and avoid jail time for justice. That's right. We leave the justice in the hands of the gods. Tell the gods. Ask the gods. Do offerings to the gods, etc., etc. Then shit can hit the fan and you don't have to, get into trouble. No laws are broken. Well, at least not in this country. In this country, I have the freedom to do any religion I so choose. So I don't have to worry about, things that they do in other ones. What do you think of all the videos where people say they have been talking to heaven and then shown hell? Can you explain this to me? No. I don't know. I've never heard anybody. I don't watch that stuff. But I think that I think that if people are saying that and they're really being truthful, they're not just, being assholes and trying to make shit up for attention, then I think that you're gonna see what you want to see. You're gonna see what you believe. So if in your mind you believe this is gonna happen, then when you go there, that's what you're gonna see. Power of persuasion. I think that's what you see when you go, because that's what you believe. It's just like okay, I'll use Lucifer for an example. If you think he's like this horrible, awful being, devil that's gonna come in and kill you, or cause all these problems in your life and blah blah blah, and then when all of that happens, and then you're going to be like, oh, I saw him, it was the devil, he did it, and blah blah blah. And no, it wasn't. Because let me tell you, if it was Lucifer, you couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle the energy. I mean, it takes a long time to get used to that energy, for one thing. For another thing, he's got way more important things to do than to go and bother some nothing person. Like, you're nothing. You're nobody to him. You're a speck of sand, beneath his foot. He's not going to give two shits about you or your life to worry about going through all the trouble of destroying it. It's like so ridiculous. He's God. He doesn't care about that, So it's just whatever. It's what people believe. That's what they want to see, and that's what they're going to see when they're like in that space in their mind. They've already have preconditioned thoughts in their mind of what they're going to see, what's going to happen when they're there. And so when they go to that place, that's what they see because they've already created that in their mind, in their thoughts. And so that's the way it's going to be for them. Um, it's not going to be that way for me. It's interesting. So speaking of Lucifer, I'm not sure if what fully if it fully hang on. And until I got my Red King book, I slept horribly, and now that I have it next to my bed, I sleep like a baby. That's awesome. And the vibrations probably help you. Purple. The vibrations probably help you. The books have really good vibrations, and so you know how I always say the first thing we do when we get our books is we want to take them and go sleep, go take a nap with them, because you know, we get to travel. The vibrations feel good. You could feel them like bzz, you know, you could feel all that, and it's just they're awesome. Laser. Hi, Shelly333. Shelly333. Your name is very interesting. Who are you, Shelly333? I went through I went through a ritual the other night with Lucifer, and then he showed me those numbers, 333, with an arrow going through them. You're welcome. Sail. So, what are you guys doing this weekend? Oh, and I will be doing a special curse tonight on said man with the girl in his wife's house. This strip and remove is a special one because oh, because I'm going to be wrapping him in liver and putting him in the fire anthill. I have walked a pagan path, but I also being getting to work with the cutting driveway. In the driveway, the cautelis for Umbiliel seems to be part of the path that I'm supposed to be on. He is in trouble. Yes, he is in big trouble. I am not happy with him. She's having to like tell me to be nice a little tiny bit because she loves him. She wants Hal, and she wants him back and to not do this to her again. And I just want to eat his soul. Is it wrong to adore your most twisted and disgusting curses the most? No way. I do. I adore them. I was like walking by, and they were like way over on the other side of the inner thing, you know, in the aisle, and my little voice said to me, "You need some liver." And I said, "Why do I need liver?" where is the liver? And I looked over and I saw it. I said, why do I need liver? And they said, for your curse tonight. And I said, oh, okay. So I went over and got it. And it was frozen. It was frozen, so it's defrosting right now. It's been defrosting for about an hour now. So I will be gloving up and twisting him up in some liver and putting him in the fire ant hill. And I would imagine that the liver will work as two things. It will be like one thing, a good curse, and the ants will go crazy for it, I'm sure. They must really want it. It's a good offering for the ants. And he's going to be all up in that group signature. Huh. So yes, I'm excited. I'm going to enjoy putting him in the liver in the fire ant hill, stripping and removing everything that is keeping him from being a better man to his wife, being a good husband. Everything that's keeping him, the ants will remove it all. And no matter what it is, will be removed. So, yeah. While I was digging, terror. While I was digging out the side of the ant hill last night to put the piece of wood in there with the poppet and the chicken flesh wood, paw, right, stuck it in there. I pulled out part of one of a previous casting, and there was nothing left but the string, and it was all like almost, dissolved. There was hardly any of the string left. It was just all kind of meshed up, and everything was gone. The petition was gone. I don't know if it was a pig's foot, if it was bread, if it was, whatever. I've stuck all kinds of things in there throughout, time. And so it was pretty exciting to see the remnants of whatever was left. I hope that was mine. It was crazy. Hope that was yours too. Ha, there's a lot of people out in that. There is a lot of spells out there. My ants are well fed, and that's okay. I know that a lot of them, I think that a lot of them, the wild animals will come and take them. And so I don't know how many get taken, or I don't go out there and like dig through the anthill and count them, but I like to, I do see it tore up sometimes, and I know that an animal went out there and got something out of that anthill. But it's a win-win. Like, first the ants eat on it for a while, and then the coyotes come. No, it's good. Let them take it and chew it and eat it and shit it out and do whatever. That's all good. They're helping. Yes, I like it. Do it. I even put some in a skunk den before. I like to work with nature and let the wild animals, if they do any of the gods get mad since they aren't under your control anymore? No. And it's still doing the same thing. It's just, I think that sometimes we need to have a more aggressive approach to it. And oh, hi. I think that sometimes we need a more aggressive approach, and then that's when they allow the coyotes to come and dig it up, or the skunks, or whatever animal, um, because it's all one system, it's all the same system. It's just like if the coyotes do it, they're so aggressive. They're savages. They are, they're going to tear it apart. They're all going to be like, give me that, and fighting over it, and all that energy, all that aggressive energy of tearing it apart, and fighting it, and all that's all good. Did the ghost box say patient? He said ancient baseball. Scientific. And if the skunks take it, I don't even know what's going to happen. I don't even know how they eat, or how, everybody sees skunks and they run. So I assume when the skunks do it, it's just going to make them stink, and it's going to make everybody run from them, and nobody's going to want to be around them. And when they see them, everybody's going to be like, ew, and. So that's kind of like the purpose, what I was going for with the skunk. And so yeah, it just depends. And I think we have foxes, and I know that Belial likes to he likes foxes. I think that's one of his animals, if I'm not mistaken. And so the foxes are awesome. They're sneaky and sly. And hi, Karen. How are you? Um, Contract. He said, well, he said gnosis, but he said it so that it would spell it. But when you read like what it spells, is gnosis, like knowledge. And then he said contract. Sorry. Hard to. At work, just wanted to say hello. Hello. How are you? How's it going? Just think like next week, I'll have this whole wall filled with my beautiful portraits of the gods. I'll just have to decide how I'm going to place them. Relate. It sucks I keep missing you. It does suck. Relate. Hard to relate. I had a fox visit not that long ago. Significant. It's rare. It's rare to see them inside the city. Yeah, we see them a lot here. We have red foxes and gray foxes here. And so we have, well, we have everything here, so it just depends. But yeah, we have squirrels and I don't know. We have all kinds of stuff. We have wolverines, muskrats. Muskrats are really aggressive. I would love to go up. We have armadillos is hanging around. That's awesome. But I would love to give the muskrats some curses, because the muskrats were so aggressive. Oh my gosh. They say that, how the hell, how is your, It's right here, and it's a stellar. I have 3 fat raccoons hanging around. Feed them the apple spells. I like to. Okay, so I got a little educated on the muskrats that we have. I think I'm saying that correctly. I think it's the muskrats that they're so aggressive and they populate so quickly that if they were on a larger scale that they could like kill people. But since they're so small that we don't really have to worry about it. But in our mountains we have a lot of muskrats, and so I'll have to look into that and ask. I'll ask my son about it. He like researched them for whatever reason. But like the houses that are up in the mountains and stuff, they have a lot of problems with them. Back to work. Have a great night, everyone. Bye, Karen. See you later. But I'll be doing that. Hi, Mystic. I'm going to be wanting to do that and see what happens. Now that I have my my side by side, maybe I could start doing that with the more aggressive castings that I have, where I want them to be savagely, destroyed. They like make homes out of sides that like giant rocks will be like, how is the God Surgot to work with? Well, he's pretty, I haven't really done a lot with him. He's pretty chill, and I haven't like had a lot of experiences with him. I haven't put him, I haven't opened up his vessel yet for him. I haven't done that. I am doing offerings for him still, where I light his candle and give him his tobacco and his alcohol and things like that. And I open the vortexes because I have permission to do that. And he's given me keys to do whatever I choose with. I've created a key for him and me to use to work here. But I haven't done a lot of like one-on-one interaction with him. He's just kind of whatever I need. He just, there, go away. So I don't know. Like, he gave me a box, a wooden box, and it had keys in it, and he just like put it in front of the mirror. Loud. I'm sorry. He like put it in front of or by a mirror, not directly in front of it. It was kind of like the mirror was there, and then off to the side over here was the wooden box, and it was like put there. It was obviously like a hi Ray Ray. It was obvious like a gift. And then when I came back to the mirror and I saw it there, I said, "Oh, is that for me?" And he was like, "Yeah." And so I was like, "Okay." It was just kind of like kind of like a. And so then I picked it up and I looked, and there was like all these little compartments, and I had pulled out a few keys, and then I just left and said thank you, and I just said, "Oh, thank you," and right now my ghost box is talking, but it's not showing any signs. The little yellow triangle is not there. He's saying that I'm loud, colorful, and there's uncertainty. I am very colorful. It's true. But anyway, so, I hope that in time, I'm not trying to rush him, because I get the feeling that he's not really crazy about humans or me. But he hasn't rejected me or been mean or inappropriate or nothing like that. He's just he's just in, a little standoffish, and I think that's probably the same thing with Lucifer was at first, but I think that was because I had to get used to the energy. And so I'm sure it's the same thing, but I'm really looking forward to having a better relationship with him because he will come and remove things from my life that are blocking me. I don't know that I have anything that's blocking me because I feel like I've done so much work with Akate and Lucifer and Belial that I don't think there's much left in there to take. But I feel like he could be, you know, he's really good at. He's known to do that. Now, who could not like you, Blue? You're great. Oh, thank you. Sorry to interrupt. Can you catch me up? I don't know. I don't think so. We've been all over the place. But anyway, so good. I hope so. I hope that I know that a lot of people are having a really bad week, and I just want to tell you guys to hang in there. It'll get better. Um, yeah, that was me last week. Oh my gosh. That was a pretty big shadow man that just went. I don't know if you guys. Obviously, you guys couldn't see him because it was over there. There's like a really tall shadow that just went from Belial's altar over to Lucifer's, and it just like went over there. And it was tall. It was like that shadow was really quite large. You had a rough week too. Everybody's having a rough week. I'm not. I'm having a great week. But the week before was a rough week for me. But this finally, I got my break in that. You seem more refreshed, and thank you hanging in these chats. You bet. I know sometimes we go through like hard weeks or months or whatever we have to go through to get stuff moved around in our life, and sometimes it can be really quite challenging for us. But just my advice to you would be to lay it down and don't keep picking it up. Just get rid of it, let it go, and start over, and just be like, I give it to you, Akate, or whoever you're working with, give it to them, and just keep it moving. Just keep moving, get rid of it, because man, if you hold on to that stuff, it'll fuck you up. And so just try to let it out, get rid of it. And um, things get moved around, and you're just like, holy moly, my whole life just got turned upside down and shook, and now I gotta pick all this shit up, put my life back together. Just be careful what you pick up and put back, because maybe it's not supposed to be there. Hi, Diana Clark. How are you, beautiful? I have to figure out who. I get a glimpse of I'm great, of a spirit in my house. I'd love to figure out who it is. Yeah, well, ask him. We know who is in control. Oh, yeah. I'm fine, thank you. Oh, good, I'm glad. That's middle. That's good. I'm glad you're doing good. I have no answer. Well, how about if you maybe leave an offering, light a candle, put a glass of water, and maybe a piece of bread with butter and honey on it, and on a tray, and leave it there, and say, "This is for you, my house spirits," or whatever. Please feel free to say hello. Introduce yourself. Sometimes that helps. Do you have an ancestor altar set up? I have an ancestor altar set up, and so mine bloody. What did you say? Mixture bloody. Yes, we're going to be working with liver tonight.
Spirit.
Bloody spirit. Woo! I like it. Do you ever highlight or write in your books? No. I usually like to do that, but I don't want to disrespect or disfigure my book. I would suggest not doing that.
Husband.
I don't want to tell you what to do. They're your books, but I would never write in my books. I have written sigils that have been shown to me in the notes section. If I need to write something down, then I will husband hating, then I will write it like on a piece of paper and stick it in there on that page. That's why you see all those pieces of paper in there. Video requests. Can you do a video on Lucifer and your experience with him? Please. Well, I would love to, but I don't take it as you telling me what to do. It's great advice. Yeah, I would never write in my books. Phenomenon. Lucifer, I talk about him all the time. And about my experiences that I have with him all the time. So probably if you just watch my lives, you'll hear about him as I grow with him. And the same with Akate, with Lucifer, with Belial. The more time I spend with them, things change. You learn new things about them. You grow up with them. You, I don't know. I think that there's so many different aspects to the gods. There's so many different parts of them. They're in everything that you do. Do you like it? There's so many different things. It's really hard to, and they're going to be different to each person in their path. Everybody's path is different. But Lucifer, I really feel like if you're going to work with Lucifer, you're going to have to take your time to allow your body to physically handle the vibrations. And I'm talking about if you're doing possession work with him, if you're evoking him, if you're just worshiping him, you should be good. If you're, and not just, that's a beautiful and very important thing to do. I mean, like, and I'm not, so don't think that I'm putting you down for that. But if you're doing internal workings with him, I guess this is what I should say, then you should give yourself time, like build up to it, because you're gonna have to, your body's gonna freak the fuck out. And so do little increments, give it time to get a tolerance to it. He'll put a serpent inside of you to keep an eye on how much you can handle of his energy. And so,
Done.
why do you keep saying that to me? And so, I kind of know that from personal experience. And when the serpent goes inside of you, then it shatters, and then you have the little pieces of it in you, and then they will communicate with him and tell him like how much more of his energy you can handle, and are you ready for it, and
Unfold.
these type of things. And so he's with me. He's really been really careful, and tried not to hurt me. I know there's been a couple of times where he's caused some stuff,
Wildlife.
not him, but his energy, has caused some issues with me, and I don't want to get into all that because I don't want you guys to freak out and think that it's a bad thing, because it was no big deal. But when I went through some initiation stuff with him in the other realm,
Finance.
it caused me to have some spotting, some bleeding. That's what that means. And it was nothing, there was no pain, there was nothing serious. And it went away and I was fine. And it wasn't a big deal, but
Glowing.
glowing. So you just have to be careful and take your time. And have you ever signed your name, your blood in all of your books? Yes, I have. Every single one of them. Both copies. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I did. I did a beautiful ceremony. It's in my, I actually did a couple of videos, and it's in my, you're welcome, Ray Ray. It's in my Queen of Hell group. I did a couple of videos signing them, but yeah, I've done it in all of my books. And I did a beautiful thing with that where I set up the table and I did an invocation first. Make sure you invoke them before you sign it in your blood, because every time you do an invocation, they're leaving parts of themselves in you, and it slowly changes your DNA. So when you want, your blood will have more power. It will be powerful because you'll have them inside of you. And so therefore their DNA is in you, and their knowledge, little pieces of that is left and in there. And so make sure that when you're using your blood, that's like the whole point of it, is to do invocation first. Yeah. And so I always do it. I'm to the point now where they just come and go as they please, and they don't really even need to ask. They don't really ask me. They just show up, and I love it. And I'm just like, hi, how are you today? And I'm probably a crazy person for being like that, and everybody will tell me, oh, you should never do that, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's my path, not yours, so fuck off. And worry about yourself. So, anyways, that's just how it is for me. And when I tell you guys that I eat, sleep, shit, and everything I do with them, I mean it. And they're always with me, and I love them, and that's just how it is. Yep, we all follow our own path. That's correct. So it's just a natural way for me to live my life, um, and do what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's just how it is. And I just feel so blessed, though, even though I went through a hard week. At the same time I was going through the hard week, I was still filled with blessings. And every time something bad would happen, it would turn around and something good would smack that bad down. And so, yes, she is. She's a secret. She's a top secret witch. And nobody's supposed to know that. But yes, she is a witch. And so is my aunt, and so was my uncle, but he's dead. And so was my grandma, her mom, and their mom. Hi. Are you a Kate? Speaking of relationships, it's very important to build your relationships. As I always tell you, you won't tell. Well, I just did on YouTube. If you type Blue Witch Lucifer in YouTube, she has quite a few videos already casting with Lucifer and past live chats mentioning him. But yeah, I talk about them nonstop because, you know, I'm obsessed with my path and the trident, and it's not really that I'm obsessed with it, it's just that's my life. I think some of my grandmother on my dad's side dabbled, even though she was everything's witchcraft. Everything's magic.
Remembered.
Yeah. People do witchcraft all the time, even though they don't even know it. It's true. But what do you mean butter? Just try to, pace yourself working with Lucifer. He'll take it easy on you, or he'll try to, unless you're a hard ass, and he knows you can take it and your body's tough and can handle it, then he'll just, even ones like me that know only what I watch. Which necro app do you use? Are you talking about Spirit Box? The one that says Ghost Radio. Yeah, you see on YouTube, and some of them are big jokes. You're welcome. Well, I know that I've seen a couple, and I know that some people like to really perform for you guys, and make like big performances, and maybe they're just really eccentric people, and that's just how they do things, and maybe they think that that's what they are supposed to be doing when they do magic. But I'm not play. I'm nice, and I'm respectful, and I'm true to who I am, and I could never put on a performance. That's not to say I'm not entertaining, because I'm sure I'm pretty ridiculously silly sometimes, but and sometimes I'm so entranced that I'm really boring, because I'm so doing all this stuff and having all these conversations in my mind with the gods that I just forget that the camera's even there and that I'm even doing stuff, and I'm just like da 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 in my own head. What do you mean? And so, did I do the toad right? No. I wasn't allowed. I could never do the toad right. Because because in the toad right, if you read through it in the Queen of Hell, Lucifer will come to you and tell you to give him that bone. And what are you going to do? Are you going to tell Lucifer no? No way. I'm going to be like, here, you could have it. I'll put it on a platter. You know, it's yours. Here, I would give him anything. I would give him my bones. I could never deny him anything that he wanted if I couldn't. Even, but if you do the right and you don't keep that bone to yourself and hold it, and then it could be really bad for you. And so I think that that's why I was protected and told no, I wasn't allowed to do the toad right. Because Akate knew that the second he asked me for anything, I would be like, okay, here you go. You can have it. Anything else that I can give you? You know what? Anything. I could never deny him anything. Because that's just who I am in my heart and my soul, and I love them so much. All of them. Any of them wanted a freaking toad right bone, I would give it to them, even if it had all of my magic in it, and they came to me and said, give me that bone, I would give it to them. If it had everything that I knew in it, and they came to me and I'd give it to, it doesn't matter, I would give it to them. And so you can't deny. How could you deny him? Have you done the Phoenix right? I have no idea. When I do the rites and the rituals that are within the books, I don't do them here. I do them in the other realms. I know I've done like the Emerald Rite. I've done the Rite of the Trident. I know that I've done those things because right after it happened, I went to the book and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was right where we were at, and all these things. That's at the, yeah, I know. Yeah. But I'm talking about the Red King, the rites in the Red King. I know I've done those. I've done initiations in the Catacombs of Belial. I've done many things. I've been given my own personal sigils by Akate herself. I've been given a name by Akate. And so, yeah, you know, I've done a lot. I've been through a lot of things in the Primal Current. I've never been initiated at the Mother Temple. I have, therefore I am not sanctioned by Primal Craft. So I don't have permission to teach or, you know, whatever. I'm not that for you guys. I can share my own personal experiences with you, which I'm happy to do. I love to do that, and I think that I'm supposed to do that. Ikate has shown me time and time again if I am sharing something she doesn't want me sharing, she'll fuck up my video. She'll be like, nah, she'll just cut that part out. They don't need to know that. Some things are just for me, And I have a hard time with that because I just want to share everything, because to me everything is natural and beautiful, and I'm so in love that I just want to stand on the top of the mountain and tell everybody, that kind of love. And so that's just how it is. When you're on the right path where you're supposed to be, that's how it is. Um, and so,
million,
anyways, you guys, I have been on for an hour and 5 minutes, so I am going to get off of here. I need to go in the house and get my liver cut up and ready for tonight's
brother,
strip and remove ceremony and feeding. And so I will see you guys later. Oh, hey, Loop. I'm doing a couple strip and removes tonight, and I think I'm going to be sewing a fish head onto a poppet
perspective.
for future torture. Bye. Good night, you guys. Love you too.